You all know that I have my qualms sometimes when it comes to the Black community. I don't even like the phrase Black community itself because it insinuates that we all have the same personality, we all have the same values, we all have the same politics, and we know that not to be true.
Does police brutality matter? Yes. Do cops get away with police brutality? Yes. Do we want to strive to get to a place where police brutality is reaching all-time new lows? Yes. I'm all for the changes and initiatives, but we need to get realistic with how bad the problem already is. Because what's frustrating to me is that we have a ton of Black people who genuinely think that there are thousands of young Black men getting shot and killed by the police every year. I'm well aware this is a little bit of a different scenario, but I bring this up to show perspective. What's crazy is that in 2022, while 12 unarmed Black men were shot by police, 19 people were struck by lightning and died. That's how rare this is. There are more people routinely getting struck by lightning and dying than Black unarmed people are being shot by the police. And yet, even though we have these numbers, you have people blocking traffic and saying all cops are bad, when in reality, you're more likely to be in danger walking down the street in the hood than to be dealing with any white cop at all. And that's just the truth.
So many of them involve resistance of arrest, threatening the officer, putting themselves in dangerous situations, when if you had just simply complied with the officer's request, you probably wouldn't be in the situation that you're in. So that shifts the perspective even more. And the fact that there are people out there that think that there are hundreds of unarmed Black men shot and killed by police in any given year is just so very wrong. But that goes to show you what, media, narratives, and ideology can twist for you.
We need police in our communities, but this is how we treat them. I mean, hell, the media wouldn't dare show you footage of our troops overseas getting shot and killed on TV, but what they will show you is Black people getting killed on live TV. It's actually messed up how much the media is playing with our minds and society as a whole.
Studies, statistics, and surveys all say that Black drivers are far more likely to be pulled over than white ones. They're also more likely to have guns pointed at them by police, to be detained, handcuffed, searched, and arrested.
The harsh reality is yes, this is all true, but damn, let's take a look at our community as a whole. Who is making up most of the crime? Who is making up most of the robberies? Why is it that people that look like me, Black men, make up roughly 6-7% of the US population, but commit nearly 50% of all the murders and robberies? We talk all day about being the minority, but we make up majority of the most heinous acts of our society. We need to take accountability for that. Black people have killed more Black people this year alone than white cops have killed Black people in the past 10 years.
And I hate that it does have to be broken down like that, given that the narrative is being pushed in this way, because it's sad to hear somebody like Amir say we when it's by no means like a we situation. And that's what happens with the race narrative.
Yet I'm supposed to be sitting up here crying about the white man and hating police. It doesn't make sense. And then I listen, and then they're gonna say, oh, well, bringing up Black on Black crime is deflecting. No, it's just the harsh reality. I'm addressing it for what it is. Takeoff, PNB Rock, Young Dolph, King Von, Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle, X, all these rappers dead, and by who? Black people.
Yep.
Where's the line between being racist versus looking at the data for what it is? But we haven't taken into account how the people who look like me act in our society. We're out here demanding to be respected, but we don't even respect ourselves. We're already such a small segment of the society, but for some reason, when we get together, it's always trouble.
The city of Miami Beach declared a state of emergency over the weekend after a deadly start to spring break. 2 fatal shootings and some out-of-control crowds also forced the city to impose overnight curfews.
This is the 3rd year in a row Miami Beach has taken emergency measures to control a surge in visitors.
It just blows my mind. It's like a meme. Like when Black folk get together, none of us know how to act. It's the unfortunate truth. There's no excuse for this behavior. It's a complete lack of structure within the Black community and the homes we're being raised in. Why? Well, no, it's not because of racism and being in a predominantly Black neighborhood. It's because the Black people won't stop stealing. And if it's not stealing, all it takes is for one white cop to shoot one Black guy, and that gives them some random excuse to just go loot and tear down the whole thing.
Right.
What has changed? What has improved? Please tell me in the comments and let me know. Hell, you look at any holiday, Labor Day in Chicago.
32 people have been shot in Chicago over the long holiday weekend. 3 of them have been killed. One of the youngest victims of violence, a 6-year-old boy.
Like I've always said, if a white cop shoots me, it's hashtag Amir Odom, but if a black man shoots me, it's...
You are constantly in this state of like blame, 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 blame. Even if the blame is properly placed, even if there are people who have committed atrocities against you and who are to blame for your state in life, I mean, the more time you spend placing that blame, which gets you nowhere, the worse off you're going to be. Again, even if the blame is true and properly characterized.